Hello and welcome back. I haven't made a video in about 2 weeks. In my perception, it feels like I just made one last week, 4 days ago, maybe. Funny how that works. For this video, I don't have a topic. A lot of times I know what I'm going to say before I even get the camera, before I even think about filming. Something comes to me, an experience, and some kind of an impact with that experience. I'll have some kind of a realization and I feel as though I need to share it. But it feels about a week where I've been trying or wanting to just make a video, and I've made a few of these in the past. I've called them an intuitive flow. Basically, it just means I'm not sure what I'm gonna say, and I don't know what the topic of this video is, but I open to just allowing what comes through and what messages are needed here and right now. So these types of videos are very much present-centered, and oftentimes people may feel as though what they're going through right now relates to what I'm saying. Since we all share within this same pool of energy and we're all drawing from it right now, a lot of what you see people going through are going to be similar. You can ask a friend of yours, for example, when you wake up tomorrow morning, how does he or she feel? Go ahead and ask a few of your friends, how was your day so far? And oftentimes you're going to find that many of us seem to have the same sort of start to our days. Everyone might say, wow, I had a hard time to get out of bed this morning. And they might say stuff like, I wanted to sleep longer. And you might find a general grogginess in a lot of the eyes of the people that you're talking to. So that's just one example. And the next day you might wake up, it could be the exact opposite. So that's something to note. And which is why these types of videos tend to relate to a lot of people. So you might hear in my voice, I've had a cold and I'm a little bit stuffy still. Nose and chest congestion, a little bit of fever. When I exert a little bit too much, I feel fatigued, and I've taken a little extra time off of work each day. I only have about enough energy to maybe work a half a shift, and then I come home and I feel a little weak, and I have to practice doing some breathing and just kind of those typical healing activities that a person might go through. Resting, for example, not following the busyness of the mind and allowing yourself to just be there with that moment and put down the suggestions of your mind enough and long enough for you to just feel that present moment awareness. And sometimes that present awareness, that presence can deepen when you can return yourself continually back to that pristine, that unfocused awareness. It's not anything in particular that you're aware of, but instead you are aware. And the more you allow yourself to sink into that awareness, the louder something might become. You might notice The refrigerator, oh, I didn't hear that before, but seems like it's now in my attention or in my perception, for example. And that's often a sign, a good sign, to know whether or not you are in the state of presence. What is the state of presence? How do you even get into the state of presence? Well, the only thing that can really distract you from being really aware of the present moment is when your attention is fully drawn into the story of the mind, whatever it is you're thinking of. So you could be sitting here, for example, and thinking about tomorrow, not aware at all of what's going on around you, the sensations inside of you, and so on. The mind has this quality that it can completely distract you from your physical senses. It can take you away so deeply into the story that it's creating that you kind of lose touch with reality, if you will. You lose touch with the present moment. So stay rooted in the present moment by not allowing your attention to go fully into your thought processes. And when you do this, when you recognize thinking, you also step back from thinking one step at the same time. The recognition already is the step into awareness. One can say you're aware of thoughts, you're aware of this. No matter what, you're always aware. But if you look at the quality of certain types of awareness, the awareness of your thinking, for example, you might notice there's a sleepy quality to it, a disconnect. Again, you are not fully here. You might miss a lot of the sounds. You might miss something that someone said to you. A lot of things might pass in front of your eyes and you might not even realize it was there. So thinking can pull you away from what brings peace in deepening levels into your awareness, being present of here and now, and your sense perceptions, what it is you feel, smell, and so on, can bring you deeper into peace. And the opposite of that is whatever your mind is telling you. So if you find your mind telling you a story that makes you feel uncomfortable, then that is a disconnect from reality and what your mind is telling you. The reality is, for me right now, it's pretty quiet in here. I have a little music playing in the background. I can hear the refrigerator. My mouth sounds as my tongue moves around. And I can feel the body sensations, almost like an energy fluttering in the spine. And I'm not trying to focus on any one thing, but instead not excluding anything, but opening my awareness to everything. That breath in and quickly letting go that I just did, for me, is a recognition. It's my body recognizing, there it is, peacefulness. So you may notice stuff like that for yourself. When you tap into the present moment, your body will give you certain signs. And one definite sign is almost a sigh of relief. Be aware, openly, not aware of anything. And this can also be a trap as well. If you're trying to be aware of everything, you're not trying to be aware of anything, not even everything. You're not trying to be aware, but by simply letting go what you're currently doing and allow everything that already is, there it is. I don't want to go deeper than that for this video, because that last sentence I said pretty much summarizes the whole thing and is a real, in my opinion, a really good key into presence. So I will leave you with that for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed the content. Feel free to leave a comment below. Wherever you are around the world, whatever time it is that you're watching this video, thank you, thank you, thank you. Peace.